Attention bitch, bring your cables or your lace. Come join us for Alpaca Face.
Heyo, heyo.
Welcome back.
Here's a dog butt. Hi, doggy.
This is the honey. Titus is in another room, probably eating books.
Yeah, and I'm going to sit here slouchy because that's how I is.
Yes. We're having a week.
Oh my gosh, such a week. Yay, summer.
Yeah, summer's good. Summer is good.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's been forever. Like we just did a little staycation with our knitter friends.
Oh my God, that was
last
perfect.
Tuesday, and it feels like a million years ago already, which is so sad.
Ooh, here, I'm going to adjust just a smidge so you can see the doggy. Hi, doggy.
Hi, doggy.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that was super fun.
I strongly recommend knitting with your people.
Yes.
Or just I could have used an extra day or two, but
dude, yeah, you had to rush off to work.
Yeah, I had to work, and everyone had stuff to do because it's August, and that means we're all prepping to go back to our teachery jobs, those of us who are teachery, which is a lot of us. So
I rushed off to do some photo stuff.
Yes, photography class.
So I know more about it now than I did when we were together. It's the Milwaukee River Keepers, and they're an organization that works with UWM.
Nice.
And they actually are actively cleaning our rivers. They've dredged parts of the Milwaukee River to
know that.
get all the gross residue and stuff from factories. Since laws have changed about cleanliness.
What's allowed.
Yeah, so they're literally actively doing that stuff. And so this class is for photographers to help us know how to help advocate.
Oh, okay.
For
Very cool.
issues that are important to us. Yeah. So I'm doing it more for that than for the learning about photography. And it's funny because my friend teaches it and he's like, why are you guys in this class? You're too advanced. And it's yeah, but not in the advocacy part.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm
there's
really
lots
excited.
of levels that you can play. I like that.
Yeah. And then yesterday I went to the Urban Ecology Center adult day camp.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That looked like so much fun.
It was really fun. So we got to canoe and then talking to a whole different group of people who are really involved in, what's that word? I don't know, our city's parks and...
Oh, conservation?
Yeah. So they're really involved in the conservation from a different angle.
Nice.
But so we got to talk to a lot of people that are doing it and letting them know what we were doing.
Awesome.
And canoeing on the river, to kind of think about where we want to go back and photograph and getting involved with different people in the community.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it was really fun. So there's been a couple of things this summer that I've done that have involved a different cross section of our local communities, which is really so cool to me because when I did the photo thing in Paris, he's like, you all have access to communities that nobody else here has. And that really kind of resonated with me. So I'm really trying to
figure out which communities you
and
have.
just being involved. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's I sometimes feel isolated. Hi, I'm a white woman. I've got a special needs kid. I'm going to hang out in this little pocket. Because that was my first thought. I have this special needs community and this Jewish community that I have access to. But there's really...
It's bigger than that.
Yeah, there's a lot of other places and people to get involved with, which is awesome.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's weird to think about the communities that we have that we don't really consider.
Yeah.
We've done professional development trainings and things around community and, who you kind of are involved with. And it's a thing that it's I have my few friends that I hang out with, but then I don't think of outside
and you think about
when
you do those meetings, you're okay, yeah, I'm looking around me, this is my community. What are we doing within these people that we're already with?
Right. Yeah, I have my school community with my teacher people and my students, and then I've got my friend community, but outside of that I don't feel we always consider it's oh yeah, I'm kind of part of this group as well. And,
well, and we do it with the Knitting Guild a ton. and thinking about like, oh yeah, when we started, that community was much smaller and didn't represent the overall knitting community.
And yeah, it was a lot more exclusionary.
Yeah, and so it's like we've been really actively trying to open that up, and then looking at some of these other communities that I'm involved in. It's like, oh yeah, no, we've got a long way to go still.
Yeah, we sure do. But I really appreciate, I am a white person, and being able to use that sense of privilege to sort of make things a little better in some way.
Yeah. Well, and not looking at that as a position of privilege even, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
because it is,
being white is inherently being privileged.
Right. But like in reaching out to other people in our community, it's not like, hi, I'm a white person, come join me.
Right. No, that's definitely not that. That's not what I meant. I just meant,
I know
like,
it's not. But
I have that privilege, and I would to,
But it's like, it just makes me think like, oh yeah, like there's, when like yesterday, we were with all these people that were, like, it was multi-generational, but there were a bunch of younger people, and I was knitting at the table. And this girl's like, oh, yeah, I totally thought about bringing my knitting.
Awesome.
And she's like, I'm working on this blanket. I've been working on it forever. And then this other girl was talking about how she crochets. And I was like, I looked at my friend. I said, okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to go through my spiel. I was like, hi, did you know we have a knitting guild?
Yes, I love it.
And so, yeah, it's like I'm taking on publicity. And nobody's really defined what that means as far as our group. And
I think you're going to be in charge of promotional materials.
I think it's going to be promotional materials. I think I'm going to do photography at meetings and events that we do, and work on getting those up on our socials. But I also personally feel like it's a lot of like, hi.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Hi, have you
having
met
an
our
eye and
knitting
an ear
guild?
out of,
Well, and just like, hi, have you met our knitting guild?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how it started a couple of years ago, reaching out to the
shop owners and
and just kind of like being very open with the, hi, did you know this exists? We have this. Yeah. And I'm going to make probably some of the older people in our current guild a little uncomfortable, because I'm going to take promotional materials to different libraries in our city.
I think that should happen.
Not just our suburbs.
Yep, I agree.
So
it should be equal access for everyone. And that's why I really love that we meet at a library, is because the busing system, goes right there.
Yeah.
So people who maybe don't have their own vehicle or rely on public transportation, they have that ability. It's very close by. Our public transit system isn't perfect. It doesn't get you exactly where you want to go, but it's pretty good about going to the libraries.
Right.
So.
Right. And people aren't using the libraries enough, and gotta love our libraries.
Yes. I'm a little scared about entering a church for the first time in many years.
Right?
Like, I'm probably going to burn, but it's fine.
I remember that feeling from when I was in a religious thing and had to work at daycares, and a lot of times daycares were housed in church buildings because they were available. Oh, that was maddening.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because, like, I don't believe in any.
No, it's not like the building itself is.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a weird, like, I don't actually belong here kind of feeling.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to re-immerse myself in this kind of trauma.
You don't?
It is just for a guild meeting, so maybe it'll be fine. Probably won't burn.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. So on a lighter note, what are you knitting?
I am working on all the things.
Before you tell me about knitting, tell me about your job, Lauren.
What about my job? Well, my job is awesome.
I think Lauren has started working at the local yarn shop since our last recording.
Yep, it was like I think the last recording was like the day before I went in to start, or like the week before. So yeah, it's awesome. It's the best job. Cream City Yarn is a lovely shop. In general, I get to just kind of, I love helping people. There are a couple days where it's just kind of quiet, so I get a lot of knitting done.
That's good.
It's pretty awesome.
Except for the days when the boxes come and you have to.
Yes, I did.
Best day ever.
Yes, I've had a couple of those days where we got new books in. That was exciting.
Ooh.
We have Tony Lipsy's Tunisian Crochet Handbook
Yes.
in now. We got a new order of Knitting the National Parks because I took one of the last two. I bought one of the last two. I didn't take it. I should use my words more carefully lest my boss sees this. It's in the system, Nicole, I swear.
Yeah. I've knit a couple of those. They're really fun. I'm looking forward to the States.
Yes, me too. I'm really excited about that. So hopefully that'll. But I was
Nancy Bates, in case anyone doesn't know.
Nancy Bates Knitting the National Parks. But I was looking through and I was like, oh, I've been to that national park, or I'm going to that national park, and I should knit a hat for this. So I've done the Denali because we're going to Alaska in a few weeks. But I think we're also gonna wind up going to Kenai Fjords while we're in Seward area.
That's gonna be awesome.
So might as well knit that one too. So
it's fun because it's such a fast project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love a hat.
Yeah.
And speaking of what I'm working on, I am knitting the Alaska hat as well. My second one, because I finished the first one from the last time that we were on. I think I was working on it there where I just started or was talking about it, my cool little fun experiment with my Chicago yarn.
Yep.
And it worked out. It's beautiful.
Did I make the... Yes, I made the Alaska hat for my friend Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
And I upsized it and it's a little too big.
Yeah.
So I have to fix that before fall. But I made, from that book, the Glacier Bay, which has a big whale on it.
Yes, I did like that one too. But yeah, I think we're going to be in the Kenai Fjords area, so I think I might make that.
Yeah, that'd be super cute.
And I have access to the yarn for it. So I'm starting to, they put me on the books to teach some classes. My first class is on August 18th, and it's all about how to swatch.
That's going to be great.
I'm so excited, and also a hypocrite because did I swatch for my last sweater? No, I sure damn didn't.
So with the class, are they just everybody's starting with the same size yarn? Or?
No, actually, so I kind of did this I want it to be useful because I find that a lot of the classes that I take for a new technique aren't applicable to me later. They're the theory of it. So it's this is how to do it. I wanted my class to be a little different, so I put in the class directions, pick a project that you want to swatch for.
Okay.
And buy the materials for that project.
Okay, good.
So if you don't have a plan in mind, then you can just, bring a yarn with a ball band that has the swatching.
Good. So everybody can sit there, they can make their thing, and you can help them then correct either direction. Good.
Yeah. So it's just kind of the generals of what's a swatch, why do we have to do it? It takes forever, I know, but so does frogging an entire sweater because it doesn't fit you right. So, and then it's general corrections of, oh my God, I have too many stitches. What do I do? Oh my God, I don't have enough stitches. What do I do?
Right. Which direction do I go with this?
Yeah.
And how do I fix it?
Yeah. And we're going to talk briefly about, because it's just beginning swatching. So I'm talking mostly about flat swatching. We'll talk quickly about how to do an in the round swatch and how to do an in pattern swatch.
Titus, you can come over. Come on over,
He's
buddy.
no, I'm comfy. It's weird. So yeah,
it's the dog episode.
I really wanted it to be applicable to everyone who takes the class rather than, having them work on just a swatch to be a swatch.
Right.
Here
you go now. You have 4 inches.
Yes. And then I'm teaching a knit companion class in September.
Ooh, that'll be great.
Because one of the people who were in a pick your project group had mentioned knit companion. I was like, oh, you've just activated my special interest. I know a lot about that.
Yeah.
And they were like, could you teach? I was like, yeah, I'll set up a class. So
I
set up a class in
just
September.
downloaded Neutrino. And they have their own patterns.
Okay.
But I think you can also, I don't know. I haven't looked at it much. But you know why I bought it?
No.
Let's see if I can find it. They have a chart for. Let's see if I can make a big pattern. They have a chart for a sweater with Kamala Harris's face.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys seen this? Oh my God.
I didn't know that was where that was located. I did see that.
So it's on Neutrino, and I think it's it's not back and forth color work, and since it doesn't go in the round, I think they do it as a.
Is it mosaic?
No, it's the thing where you stitch.
Intarsia?
No. Over the top of the.
Oh, duplicate stitch.
Duplicate stitch. That's the word.
I gotcha.
God, guys,
there are too many color work options. That's the issue. Is it this color work? No. Is it this color work?
Duplicate stitch, yeah. So you knit the basic tee, and then it gives you the chart to do the duplicate stitch.
Fun. I love it.
And I'm kind of really tempted. Like, I think it would be a fun thing.
It would be a fun project for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if I have time.
Yeah, that's my issue. Plus, I always manage to do something wrong with duplicate stitch, where something is off a little, and then
This is why we are not needlework people.
Yes, I do enjoy embroidery, but embroidery, I feel like is a little more forgiving than having someone's face on your sweater. So
right. I don't know. I'm so excited.
I think it'll be super fun, and I really like it. So it's a fun idea. I hope you get to do it, and then you can wear it.
We will.
No, you can't wear it to vote because that's not allowed. But
right. I have so many projects, Lauren. It's just not fun.
I know. I'm working on all of the things right now. It's kind of crazy. I am also teaching a mitten class in the winter. That's not actually set up yet, but I'm working on that. I'm doing a test knit of the mitten that I will eventually be doing.
That's with the fun cuff you were knitting last week?
Yes, it's so cute. It's super fun. It will eventually have a design of a buck, and so I've got my little... the start to my buck here. That's its neck. And
are you gonna then make that other new sweater that just came out with the deer head on it in
probably
cabling?
Not. Probably
not. Oh my
not.
God, but Lauren, it's so cute.
I don't think it would look good on me.
Okay.
I don't know. Cables are hit and miss for me. I really like Sari Nordland's cables are a lot more subtle. And I'm actually going to be casting on a pattern of hers soon.
Before you go?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I want it to be done before. Oh, did I mention that I'm going to Sacred Sheep?
Yet.
I haven't? I thought we talked about that last time. Maybe not. I can't remember. So I'm going to Sacred Sheep in November because it's on my birthday. And so happy birthday to me. And then the next day after my birthday, I'm taking a class with Sari Nordland about how to create your own cables. And I found she just released her Mila vest pattern.
Yeah.
That's super cute. So I am making that. And anyway,
I like so much of her stuff. And she just wears it all so casually. She looks so put together, but
and she lives in a bigger body, so she knows how to design flattering cables for plus size people. Julia and I were just talking about this at our little staycation about how a broader shouldered person with kind of more blocky square form is gonna look just bulkier if they have giant cables all over their sweater. And I feel like Sari does a really good job of designing things that are very balancing and flattering, especially for people in slightly larger bodies. And,
not petite is what I like to say.
Yes. Well, I'm short, but I'm short and fat. So it's a hard balance for bodies like mine to find something that's, flattering. So I'm on the petite size. But as far as height goes,
it's also funny because so much of it also depends on your other style. Because everybody's doing the crop sweaters and they're really cute on some people that are busty. I don't feel that way. I like a little bit longer. I'm used to lengthening my torso rather than shortening it. So it's
and you have a long
weird.
Torso, so that makes sense.
I do, but my tank top from the last video. I put it on and I wore it last summer and I wore it with this skirt. I like this skirt because it's got a higher little band.
Waist, high waist.
And so it was cute, but then I tried to wear my pants and I was like, oh, that's 3 inches of skin that I don't remember being there.
Yeah, I have some tops like that too. And they're really cute over dresses or over high-waisted pants, high-waisted skirts.
Right.
But there are some that's ooh, that's only a high-waisted shirt.
Right. So it's kind of funny. And then I went looking for my Galax pattern because I was trying to figure out what my next cast on was going to be. I can't find my pattern. I don't really want to pay 10 again. I'm sure I could message her.
I was going to say, could you reach out to her?
I'm sure I could message her.
I'm surprised it didn't go directly into your Ravelry. Or into your Ravelry.
It didn't go into my Ravelry. Weird. And I thought I had saved it into my documents. I don't know. It might be in my Dropbox.
Oh, yeah. Most pattern designers, though, if you test knit for them, they'll put it directly into your Ravelry as like part of your.
Isn't it
So
weird?
I would definitely message her and
Yeah.
say, hey, by the way,
So that's just it. I just need to figure it out, but I'm like, oh my god.
check your Dropbox first, but then I'd reach out.
That was
She
like
seems
3 steps
lovely.
more than I was prepared to do.
I understand that.
And yeah, now we can't see ourselves.
Eh.
Hi. Yeah, so then I'm wearing this one today, which do we remember what it's called?
It starts.
It's
Arisu? Is that?
Yeah, a risu. So it's got like this cute lace on the bottom.
Very
Which way?
fun.
This way?
It reminds me a little of
Do.
the Tegna that Caitlin Hunter designed.
Yeah, but it's got like this cute little leaf pattern on the bottom.
Yeah.
And a nice V-neck. Like, and I don't wear it a lot.
Yeah, it's really cute.
I think partially because it's navy, which I don't wear a ton.
But it goes great with that skirt.
It goes great with the skirt, and usually when I wear the skirt, I go teal. And usually if I'm wearing pants, they're black. Which people are doing black and navy now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a thing.
But it's like, I mean, it's just like a normal like t-shirt fit. It's really
it's really cute and comfy.
Yeah, it's cute and comfy.
Do you see the squirrel? You're a very good boy, Titus.
Go. So then
I
finished this one, which I have to do my ends. Which this one is haiku, which again, like our lighting today is terrible. Like
I am loving that lace pattern in the top
the
though.
lace
It's so
on the
pretty.
top is awesome. So it's got like little bobbles and lace, and this one too. Like I made it long enough this time because my Alho, ALHO, that has like the little acorns around the top. I love it. And it was about 1.5 inches too short.
Yep.
And so it was very hard to force myself to keep knitting.
Yep.
And make sure this one was long enough.
I think it's perfect.
Yep. So now I just have to tuck my ends and block it.
Excellent.
And then I can wear that.
Nice.
Every day.
I'm working on the wisp, and I'm also noticing I'm afraid it's going to be a little too short. So this is another Caitlin Hunter pattern, and it is very cute, but like it was like I think she said 9.5 inches in length before the underarm, and I'm like that is going to be very, very small, which is fine. I don't mind actually a cropped thing because most of the pants and skirts and things that I wear are high waisted because it covers my B belly and
and you aren't as long waisted as I am.
And I'm short torsoed
because I feel like 13 is a lot of times shorter than I like.
See, and 13 is like perfect for me. So
so it's like a lot of patterns. I'll call for 13, and I kind of need like 15, and then I get really frustrated.
Yep.
Because I don't want to keep knitting because by that point I'm kind of over it.
Yep.
So I've been working on this one, which is the Islet. It's ISLET. So
Islet.
But it's like if I say Islet, it sounds like
EYE. Yep, I get it.
Yeah, but it's got like this like little super easy lace.
Eyelet. It's an eyelet pattern.
Yeah, it is an eyelet. So that's probably why like they spell it the other way. And look at how long this stretches. It's like, okay, so when I hold it up, it looks short, but then it like stretches like super long.
Yep.
So I want to block it before adding to the bottom. But look how cute this is.
Yeah.
And it's got a row of fuzz in between each row of eyelets.
Love.
Oh my God.
So fun.
And it's taking way less yarn than I thought. So I've got an extra skein, I think, of the main color. When I picked it back up to do my sleeves this week, I couldn't find my mohair. So I started the second skein of mohair, even though I really would not have used the whole first one. And I've got... No, I don't know where I threw it. Doggy, did you throw it on the floor? Is it in my lap? What did I do with it?
I don't know.
I have a skein of the same yarn in a different color somewhere around here. And I think that other t-shirt that I want to make, that other sweater, I think I'm going to make it out of that. I just have to get a second skein.
That'll be fun.
Because they're like 500 yards. So 2 of them will make this other t-shirt that I want to make.
Yay. Hi, honey.
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
The dog was sitting on it. So yeah, this one's like more of like a grayish blue. And it's the Fiber Company Meadow.
Love their stuff.
This color is Black Adder.
Mm-hmm.
Because this, it's baby llama, silk, linen, and merino.
Mm-hmm.
And then each of them has been named after like a plant. This one is, I don't remember.
Is it naturally dyed with that plant?
I think it might be. Because the fiber company, like all their stuff
like
is.
that. So.
But they carry it at, you're not helping, buddy. They carry it at, I bought it in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
They carry it at Wool & Co.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
And so the extra skein I have of the purple, I had ordered from Wool & Co. and it was the same dye lot.
Oh, nice.
Now I don't need it. Kind of wondering if I can take and exchange it for a second skein of this.
I'll bet you could.
And
I'm not sure if they have like a within 90 days or whatever policy, but that would be the only concern.
I don't know.
Have,
I mean, if I have an extra 500 skeins, I could make a Galax out of it.
500 skeins.
500 yards skein. Because I think, I mean, the Galax really didn't take much.
Yeah.
And even if I make it longer,
it still won't take that much more.
But yeah, so that other sweater that I was looking at, that I was trying to talk myself out of buying really expensive silk yak, which I really want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think this has enough sheen to it.
Yeah, it's
that
really
it would
pretty.
be really, like, it would make that other sweater very pretty.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Hi.
I have been working on another color work pattern, which I have 3 color work patterns on my needles right now because apparently I hate myself.
Yeah, my all over color work has been put into timeout until fall.
Yes, so this is not all over color work, which is nice, but it's the Harewood pattern. It's a lovely sweater, and it's with our yarn store exclusive spin cycle.
It's gonna be so pretty.
I'm not sure you can see right now. It's kind of boring because it's all kind of the beigeish, brownish kind of color, but it's got
blue.
Some reds and pinks in there too, spun in, and
are you going
all together
to do the knit along with that?
It looks like this. Well, yeah, that's
So
what I'm
pretty.
working on with this because I'm doing a sweater, and some people are just going to be doing like a hat. This is my knit along project.
Yeah.
But it's really cute. It's the Harewood by, I can't remember her name. Harewood. It's Unwind. Titus. Lulu. Rachel Ilsley is her name. And it's recent too. It just came out in 2024. So, but it's very cute. I like the colors she chose for hers actually. They're like a charcoaly gray and like some pastel-y, like blue shifty kind of things.
Really
very pretty. But I was looking for a pattern for our cream on top colorway for CCY, and I'm really happy with the color work in this. It was a little bit of a pain to set up at first because some of the rows are lifted left increase and lifted right increase, and I hate increasing that way. It feels so messy to me. Like, I know it's like a pretty invisible crease when you get the hang of it, but when you're learning, it feels so sloppy where it's like you're just lifting this part of the stitch up from a couple of rows below.
Yeah.
It's making a mess here, boss. So I am liking it more the farther I get into it, but the first couple rows were unsure.
So this yarn is what I want to make this. The Muka, M-U-K-A little t-shirt. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, it's cute.
And I think why I liked theirs is like the drape of it, and it just looked really nice because they use the alpaca silk.
Silk has a really nice drape to it. Like if silk is added into something, it creates that extra weight and stiffness that's going to give it that really nice drape.
Yeah, so I think this, it's not the exact same makeup because it's got silk, linen, wool, and llama. But I think the slight variegation on it. Like,
Yeah, it's
I'm
going to be
excited.
beautiful.
So that might be my next cast on.
Yeah.
I sent Lauren the other day. It's like, Lauren, I'm having a minute. So I'm going to stress text you about all of my things. And
Yep.
Thankfully she puts up with me. But
I like it.
I was like, I could do this or this or this or this or this or this. And I've got these 5 yarns.
Yes. You know what? You didn't make me do math on 2.5 hours of sleep, and that's
I wasn't going to make you do
all
math.
I'm asking, because I had to do that at work on Friday.
Well,
and it was not a fun time.
But that's part of it. It's like they're all the same weight, but different
composition.
Yeah, like they're made up of different fibers, and then the t-shirts, like the patterns were all just different enough, like that they're all in my queue, and I'm ready to make all of them at the same time, but trying to decide, like, well, do I want this one out of this yarn? Do I want to order yarn?
Yes.
Lauren, tell me not to spend money because I don't actually have it because my children are home from summer. Anyway, I love my children. No, I don't. Yes, I do.
You tolerate your children.
Yeah, she's been home since Wednesday. She's already spent $150 this weekend. And asked me to buy $100 shoes for her friend's birthday.
Nope.
Right? It's like, and wants to get her nails done.
Nope. When she has a job and can pay for those kinds of things, then
and wanted to go to a 10 o'clock movie last night when I had no sleep.
Yeah.
And I also want to still have fun. And buy yarn. And stuff. And have to feed everybody.
You could work in a yarn store.
I don't think I could, though. I mean, I could, but I don't think I could.
Yeah, I understand.
But
it's a dangerous place to work. Let me tell you, it's danger.
Yeah.
I have spent at least part of every paycheck on some yarn at the yarn store.
Yeah.
Not a whole paycheck, so I'm doing okay. But
right? Like, so funny.
At least a little bit of my money goes back into the yarn store, which is not surprising to anybody.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. And so it's just been really like... Sorry, I got a text. I think it was Nada.
Okay.
But so, yeah, I don't know. So that's what I've been doing. And my hair's getting long. Look.
It's very cute.
Very
my hair
strange.
is also getting long in a way that I probably need to cut it soon. But
I can tie mine into a ponytail now, so it's like, I don't have hair. Yeah, so I'm working on, at this house, a bathroom remodel. And the screen door, the patio door window broke a couple of weeks ago, so I'm waiting for that. And a friend of ours is selling their car, and since Isaac just got his license, I think we're going to buy our friend's very old car for him.
That's an excellent idea.
And hope that it gets him like a year where he can keep saving money and then use it as a trade-in later.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And if it's, not terribly expensive, then that's a lovely gift.
Yeah, my husband's like, well, I don't know, that car's really old. I'm like, well...
I mean, how old is old?
It's a 2006.
That's like 3 years younger than mine.
Right.
Older than mine.
It's
not
got
bad.
Over 200,000 miles.
Yeah, mine does too. It's okay.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's
as long as it still runs and it's, in
we know who
shape.
did all the maintenance and we, I feel like it just might be a good option for him.
Yeah. So 2006 is not that bad. It's not that old.
No, and we know, like,
not as fancy as the newer cars, but they still work.
Well, we just, like, versus buying a used car from someone we don't know or...
For sure.
I don't know. Hi, Titus.
You're a good boy.
So, so that was this morning. Like, it's been a day. Hi.
Are you just going to lay directly on top of Honey? Is that your plan?
I think so.
Honey's like, wait a second.
It's the dog.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, so I'm still knitting a lot, but not
as much as we'd like to be. I need another week of staycation.
Yeah. Well, and you get to travel soon.
Yeah, I'm going to Alaska in just a few weeks.
And part of that's on the train, so you'll get to knit.
Yes, we're going, the train from Anchorage to Fairbanks. We have a long...
That's going to be really
part
fun.
of it will be spent looking out the windows because pretty.
Of course.
But definitely getting some knitting done.
But by that point, you'll be mostly done with your color work. You can just knit straight.
Yep. Yep. I think
that's my favorite part.
I'm going to be working on the Alaska hat on the airplane.
Yeah, good.
But the weather's going to be so nice. I don't think I'll even need a hat. It's like in the 60s.
That's awesome.
And it goes
it
from
was like 50s when we were
goes
up
from
there.
like 57 to like 65 every day.
Oh, that'll be lovely.
That is like the perfect temperature.
Yeah, it is. That's great.
That's
like I know. I've been
the
enjoying...
time that I can actually be outside and hiking and things.
Yeah, and it's
not going to die that
here,
way.
Which I've been liking because I've been swimming and canoeing and trying to spend as much time outside as I can. Plus, now I'm doing the thing with the Riverkeeper, so I want to go and do some photo projects down. I want to go find some people fishing in the river.
Yes, I love that.
And do some portraits and, I got goals. Too many goals, my husband would say.
Many goals. I like it.
Yeah, he doesn't like doing anything, and he's like, you just want to do everything.
Yep.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I was not prepared for an 83-degree inside workout yesterday. I was unhappy.
That's too hot.
Because our apartment complex has a gym, and like it's supposed to be air conditioned.
Yeah.
And it was weird because like the meeting room that's outside the gym was fine, and I walked in and it was like instant sauna. I was like, oh my gosh! So I got like 6 minutes in on the elliptical before I was dying.
Done.
Did some like core strength stuff. And then I was like, nope, no more of this, please.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was doing like some like hip bridges. And so I was laying down flat on the floor on my back, and I got up and you could see the imprint from the sweat around like my little tank top design. I was like, oh, yeah, well,
that's too hot.
It was real gross.
I don't like that.
It was gross.
Yeah. So. Not me. I'm going to start, I think, Pilates.
Ooh, fun.
There's a new Pilates studio opening.
Nice.
Over here. So when that opens, I think I'll try Pilates. And until then, I'm off the hook.
Nice. There's a yoga teacher at Tosa Yoga that does beginner yoga and is a knitter.
Love yoga.
She's a knitter.
That'd be fun. I might have to go support her. Speaking of communities that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, meeting lots of people in the yarn shop. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's so fun. That's partially why I don't think I could do it, because like I just feel like I would be so overwhelming to people.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I am too sometimes, which is weird because it's like not my general personality, but I'm like, I don't know, like stupid, happy, helpful when I'm there. So
no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a good balance, I think, because Lisa is very gregarious. Nicole kind of guards her space a little bit more, which I like too. Like, I kind of like that she's just quieter. She hides in the office sometimes.
Yeah, I like that. Linda seems very nice too, but
yeah, I've talked to her a little bit.
Slightly more reserved than Lisa is typically. She seems that way, but yeah, I think it's a good mix there. I had a really embarrassing moment in my lesson. I taught a lesson on Saturday for a mother-daughter duo that were learning to knit, and they were lovely, but like I was caught on my back foot a little bit because like I realized I left my needles in my car, and so I walked out to grab my needles and they walked in at exactly the same time, and so I was like a little bit off because I like to be like in there to say hello and ask for names, and so like I got started with the lesson of like, oh, okay, what are we learning? Do we have anything in mind? What do we know? And I realized like 5 minutes in that I completely forgot to ask for them for their names.
Oh.
I was like, I'm really sorry.
Right.
She was like, yeah, I thought that was a little weird, but these are our names.
So funny. Drew and I yesterday at the thing, like, Drew's like, all right, we're going to meet as many people as we can and try to remember all their names, which is hysterical as adults, right?
Yes.
Because we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, unless I like take a photo and then tag a note with their name on it. It's like, nope, it's gone almost immediately.
Right. So it's really fun because we've been going on the Yacht Rock Party Boat on Mondays, and there's a lot of people that are regulars. So you see the same faces and you recognize them, like trying to remember the names is really hard.
Yeah.
And so we've been working on that, like, and it's just like a weird, like personal goal that we've set for ourselves. And it's so, and then we're doing the Riverkeeper thing, and I think there were about a dozen people maybe. And so Drew's like, all right, between us, like, we're gonna know everybody in this class before we only meet 2 times and 2 hikes. He's like, so and I'm like, oh my God. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
But it's good for my brain, I think.
It is, for sure. I am noticing that I'm remembering just random information from customers at the garden store. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the one with the weird last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them.
I didn't do that at the Ren Fair when I worked there, like, because I think I just, like, there were so many people. Mm-hmm. And,
I think for me it's because I have to type it in. So the typing in of a name makes me remember it too. Yeah. Now, will I remember their faces the next time they come in? No, but I will remember how to spell their names.
Right. Well, and it's so funny too, because like we met at the knitting retreat. We know quite a few of those people now, but like I don't feel like we socialize in the same way most there. Of them, yeah. And then because I do the other retreat the weekend before. Sometimes even if I know that they're a knitter, I don't remember their name and I can't remember which retreat I knew them from.
Yeah, I understand that.
Or at the Sheep and Wool Festival, because there's all the Madison knitters.
Right.
And so, it's like I'll recognize people but not necessarily remember if it's from our guild.
Who are you and
Madison.
What do you do and why do I know you?
Right.
Yes, I understand.
That's also partially, I think, why I've made my personality as big as it is. Because that way, if they remember me, maybe they'll tell me.
Yes.
And then I don't have to remember.
Yes, I've gotten very good at, like, teacher life, having to remember 500 names of students I've been really good about, how do you, remind me how you spell your name? Like,
yeah. Well, and with little kids, like, but that's part of it. I think little kids are more used to being asked repeatedly or like, I don't know, like their perception of being remembered is different. And then as adults, like I feel like we spend so much of our time just like being invisible ourselves. Yeah. Or just having like these non-interactions with people. That's just weird. My kids always laugh at me because I'm very friendly with like the Starbucks employees or the people at the grocery store because I see them every week. Right. And my kids are always like, how do you know them? Do you know them just from here? Yeah. Mom, why do you have to have a 10-minute conversation? It's like, well...
It's called being nice.
And the grocery store, a lot of those people have been there since I've been at my job. It's been 30 years. Like, if I've seen this woman every week for 30 years...
You're going to ask, how are things going? How are the kids?
Right,
how's the wife?
Right. Yeah. So it's like, would I get in their car? No. But... am I going to acknowledge that I know them? Yes. I'm going to definitely make that much of an effort.
Yeah. Acknowledging their humanity, I think, is a big, especially, working in retail. I feel like a lot of times retail workers are objectified in some ways where it's like, not, sexually objectified, like objectified often means, but like literally objectified. This is an object that is here to take my money and serve me. And it's frustrating to work in retail and kind of feel invisible in that sense.
Yeah, and my husband being a bartender, like, he's very gregarious when he is. And so he has this level of, like, nice talk where he can talk to anybody. And I'd like to try to take it maybe a step past that and have them be actual people. And it's also funny because, again, generationally, because I'm a whole generation ahead of you, there are a lot more people that are wearing their pronouns or not wearing their pronouns.
I wear my pronouns.
And like yesterday, it was a very mixed group. And remembering, like, if they're not offering, it's not really my place to ask. Right. Right? Like, don't make assumptions about people. Like, just accepting them for who they... Yeah. And so that a couple of times hit me yesterday where it's like, they didn't necessarily have their pronouns on their name tags yesterday because we just, like, it was adult day camp and we were, so just accepting them where they were at and not...
Yep. And when that happens, like, obviously, typically you're going to refer to someone if you're talking about them by their name. But if you're talking about them in the third person, then them is the safer way to go. So I typically, until it's confirmed which pronouns they prefer, I usually will use they, them pronouns.
But it's also, like, I think it's hard sometimes, like, in the moment to not be like, wait a minute. right? Like you're not necessarily presenting the way you're talking. And then like having to step back and be like, so what?
Yeah, that's fine.
Not my business.
You
like
know, that's there's someone I know that is him and is a trans man.
Yeah.
And he has not enough money to even do hormone replacement therapy. And so it's like, you know, he said, if you say she, her, then that's fine. It doesn't bother me, but I feel like you're talking about someone else, so I might not react to it.
Right. But it was also funny because, like, I mean, it was this big group of people, and I'm with my friend who's male. I'm talking about my children. He's single. He doesn't have kids. But they, you know, like people see us together and they assume we're together, and it's like, oh no. No, that's not what's happening
But
here.
if that's the assumption, then, you know, let it be the assumption. If it needs corrected, then correct it.
But it's funny because it's like, but we don't think of that.
How we present ourselves necessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just really funny because, like, him and I were talking about it later, and he's like, yeah, you know, going places with you, no offense, is sometimes kind of cock blocking.
Well,
you know.
Does he have a girlfriend? Does that?
He does
or
now,
a partner,
but like not all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like a serious, committed, living together kind of situation.
Well, yeah. I don't know their relationship. I just
but it's
curious.
very funny when like he's talking to people, and because they assume that he's with me, they're not putting out there that they're single.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like all these little things where it's like it was just kind of funny to like think about it later. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Whereas if I was, you know, wearing my wedding ring, and
well, I'm not sure that would help either necessarily, unless you're.
But if I was wearing a ring and he's not,
that doesn't mean anything.
No, but the fact that neither of us are, but we're there to.
I know it's confusing.
Like all these little subtle things, and then talking to people that are in this other generation, and it's like I don't know. It's very funny to me sometimes the social structures that don't structure the same way anymore.
Yeah, it is definitely interesting. I'm noticing a big difference between like millennials and Gen Z, which are ostensibly in kind of the same generation. A lot of times, there's a lot of overlap between millennial and Gen Z.
Yeah.
You know, I think I am definitely strongly in the millennial camp, and I think my youngest sister would technically be considered Gen Z. She's 20.
Yeah.
So, but we are from the same generation, obviously, because we have the same parents.
Yeah.
So it's weird how much overlap there is, but also how much distinctive difference there is.
Yeah. I don't know. So sorry, it's a very philosophical day today.
Yeah.
I've just been interacting with a lot of different people, and
yeah, I love that.
I do too. It's making my brain work in different ways, which is good.
Yeah. I've been, you know, it was really cool to have like the community theater vibe happening for so long.
Yeah.
And that's another like community that's super kind of fun and neat to get to know. You know, a lot of different personalities go into theater.
Yeah.
But we're all like, it's funny because we're all very different people. But that would not stop us all from like rocking out to a Disney song in the dressing room, like you know, like yep, these are our people.
Well, and it's so funny, right? Because 2 years ago, even when we met, neither of us were in a headspace to be trying new things.
Yeah.
And so that I don't know. I just think that's so magical that we're very much both. Like, growing, thriving. Remember there was this thing that we liked.
Yeah.
Let's go find a community that does that because there is enough room now in our lives for that.
Yeah, I love that. We've done a lot of growing.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago, we were all just so beat from COVID and everything that just reaching out to this group was enough.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing to see kind of our worlds expanding and everyone thriving. And
I love it. Because someday I'm going to be an empty nester, thank God. And
you'll have all the time to host knitting parties.
Right. And it's like, and I'm already doing the thing, you know, because I thought about that. Like, so many people don't do stuff before they're empty nesters. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh.
Crap, what do I do?
I have this time. Or then they retire and they're like, oh. I don't have hobbies. I don't have my own stuff.
Well, I think that happens a lot in marriages too, where like their spouse and they depend on each other to a point where it's almost like codependent, and then like either they will, you know, do something new, or their spouse will do something new, and then they're like, but I'm lost without you. I don't know what I'm gonna do on my own.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us are gonna have that problem.
No, I was
for
worried.
Opposite reasons.
I was worried when I first moved to Milwaukee a few years ago that was going to be me, because I literally knew no one when I first moved here.
Yeah.
And then I met you guys. So.
Yay. Yeah, it's funny for different reasons, because Michael is so, like, he's got a bunch of hobbies of his own.
He's definitely busy, but he doesn't have friends exactly. Like, he has people that he does those hobbies with. Yeah. But he doesn't like hang out with them outside
for guys,
of.
Though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very different for guys.
That is true.
Their socialness can be very different than ours.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, he's definitely busy though. Always busy. He's gonna do a bike race this weekend.
Oh, fun! I don't want to do that.
No, thank you, please.
Yeah.
I'm not a bicycler.
Yeah.
I don't think I've touched a bike since I was 20, maybe 19, 20.
Yeah.
They're always weird
like
heights. I like biking, but I haven't found one that I'm comfortable in or on.
Yeah.
Because I'm 5'1".
Yeah.
And a child's bike is too small, and a woman's bike is too tall, and so like my knees are either hitting the bars.
Well, and different brands hit different too.
That's true, and I haven't had enough energy / care to go and research the right ones.
If it's not what you love and you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
I'd like to get back into it maybe sometime, but it's a lot of dedication to find a bike that works for you, and it's fucking expensive.
You need an e-bike.
Maybe I might need an e-bike.
Because then hills won't kill you.
Yep, it might be a good option.
Yeah, I should probably start biking, and it would probably help my knees and my stupid hip.
Yep, I need to. I don't know. I'm excited. We're switching over to Michael's insurance, and apparently you get a free gym membership on that. So I can find a gym with a pool and go swimming again, and not pay $80 a month or whatever. Because MPS has like an incentive for theirs where if you go like 10 times in a month, then you get $20 off a month. But you have to go 10 times a month. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do that every month. Right. So I was paying a lot because, you know, with chronic illness, your joints hurt and things are weird. And sometimes you just don't have the energy to go 10 times a month, even though it doesn't seem that often.
Right. I know. It's like, well, that's more than twice a week. Like, that's a lot. Let me just tell your insurance, that's a lot. Yeah. So I guess Michael's is included. So that's nice. Yeah, that's very good. I'm excited to find a gym with a pool so I can go swimming, because that is what's good for my joints. Good. All right. Well, I think we're going to have to stop because I need to either make Lauren go or push Titus off my lap because Honey wants to go outside. Yes. So thanks for hanging around. Next time we see you, it's not going to be summer. Yeah, it'll probably be school year. Sadness. I'll have stories from Alaska. So yeah, that'll be yay good. For that. All right. And I'll have figured out where my next trip is. Yay. All right. Maybe. We'll see. Bye. Bye, everybody. Have a good week.